क्या चला आज भाई लोग टिकटॉकर समझते हैं पता है। हाँ तो हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू द एस्ट्रिक्स शो। आज हम जा रहे हैं अपने सर के पास। आइए आप तो ये है हमारे फिजिक्स के टीचर जो पहले पढ़ाते थे, अभी नहीं पढ़ाते हैं बट मार्क्स ना पूछते। तो आओ देखते क्या होता है पढ़ा। बहुत ही मस्त टेडेक्स देते थे भाई साहब, और फटी पड़ी है क्योंकि एक साल बाद इनसे मैं खुद में करूँ। देखते हैं क्या होता है, चलो। हेलो सर।
Hello.
How are you?
Fine. Please have a seat.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, please don't ask my marks.
It's okay. It's okay. Not necessary to have good score to have something.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Astrix Show. And today we have Tribikram Panda sir with us. He was my physics teacher back in my school. I guess you will like this episode because it's more on education side as well as physics and facts. And yeah, it's my podcast after a year, so maybe I will be doing some mistakes. Pardon me for that, and it's sir's first podcast as well. So if he does any mistake, pardon him for that as well. Yeah, so let's have this episode. So hello sir, welcome to the Astrix Show. And right, so before starting, a brief introduction of yourself.
Yeah, myself Tribikram, and I'm teaching physics. Basically, a teacher. Before teacher, I am a learner. Okay, and during this last 10 or 15 years, I'll be teaching at an intermediate level. Beyond regular teaching or classroom teaching, I love to share my own views of life. Or I can say I'll use the word wisdom over here. Rather, it will be easy way explaining to my student, so that what they want and where they wish to be, have some vision on that. Okay, it is not necessary that you score good and go for a job, get into a job, and after 10 years of job, you will feel that you are in a vacuum, right? So you must have I'll help them out so that let's enjoy the dream. Okay, and have some passion to enjoy it. So my life is like helping people through my own way. That's I am.
So as you're a teacher right now, and it's a very great scenario going on right now, that is the board results. So what's your view on that and how your school is actually?
Yeah, my school, I'm at basically a school having a very large reputation in the market, and we have a very nice result, I can say. In 10th we have a state topper, and in 12th the result was phenomenal, I can say. And if you go deep into my subject, this year my subject, that is physics, result is much better in comparison last few years. So I think we are doing good, or I can say it is great.
Better than chemistry and all, right?
Yes, true.
That's great then. And what is students and parents' reactions to the results? Because
yeah,
I see a lot of students getting bad results. What's your view on that as well?
No, it is natural that few will have very nice result. Okay, few may not have that, right? So having a view on in terms of result, it is very tough to tell. Okay, let us suppose person one is having 95% and still he or she is not happy. At the same time, someone is around 75 or 80, he is happy, right?
And it's just passing very happy.
Yes. It is very important what your need over there. Okay, result cannot decide your life. It is part and parcel of the job that student has to go through, right? To have in our country, we basically we are oriented to a job, or I can say we prepare student to get into a job, right? We never teach them or make them learn what is life skill is all about. So in terms of that, result is job class or result related to job class, and we hardly find that kind of openness in many of the students. Although some few are there who know what they want to and what their expectation from the life and result, they are very clear in their brain, and they have a thought, I want to do this or I want to do that. But to help them out, it is lecture, it is need time and all.
So that is the 1% of the crowd which is actually having an idea what to do and right.
True.
Yeah. So talking about your field in physics,
right? You are teaching in the field of physics. What made you like start teaching physics apart from like liking the subject or anything?
During my intermediate days, I was not so keen on getting into physics, honestly. But because as a student, I was not getting that in physics or chemistry or mathematics, honestly. But when I get into graduation, physics creates that vibe. Okay, and it is like from my seniors and teachers, I heard that this is natural science, right? So let's get into that. Once graduation first year was over, then I started liking this subject. A lot of new things came. This quantum physics, this modern physics came into the curriculum, and then I stopped loving it. No, this is something new that we hardly see or we hardly know. Okay, what is happening in the world, right? Everything I used to say, like even if you are breathing, there is physics. Even you are living, there is physics. So that from that year onwards, I explored that. No, this is my stuff. So I can get deep dive into it.
So like in BSc, it's like the same with BTech. Like was first year, all courses are same thing.
No, not at all like that. Technical graduate and general science graduate are little different. Technical people used to read more into application based, right? And let us suppose how a machine work, right? Basically it is mechanics, not quantum mechanics. Now, but at present that we heard about machine learning, okay, quantum computation, this is quantum physics. So there is a large gap between the like engineering science and basic science. Basic science is the core, that means it can explain the theory part of it. But engineering science make it too practical.
Application.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are like your favorite discoveries in physics? Like the recent ones maybe or the past?
Yeah, I believe discovery of wheels is the largest invention, because without that we may not be moving. So for me, invention of the wheel is the biggest discovery. And if I get into modern physics, for me, like discovery of nuclear particles like proton and neutrons, those are the biggest discovery that for me, because without that we may not into more quantum computation and all, and whatever happening is so light and so fast that cannot be achievable without those particles.
So what's your like view on computational physics and
computational physics, another application part, and I think although I am not into that for it, but still I believe that a large thing has to be explored by we human. Okay, so a lot of people have discovery in different level, starting from quantum computation to other kind of thing, but still we are too far behind, and I think scientists are working tirelessly to get into that.
what's the like scenario in India right now for research? Is it very good or we are still at intermediate?
No, from according to my knowledge, space science has evolved a lot. But apart from space science, other research areas are not as developed as like it is. Only one I can say, if I like Department of Atomic Energy is putting a lot of effort into it, nuclear science and research.
BF.
Yes, BRC. That is one of the center is that. And ISRO is doing a lot. And recently they have done a lot of like work through which government and media earn millions so that they can spend millions in research through. So this is one. Space science is doing good. And these days, every country have their taste in space because it is going like space race, right?
Who gets the space actually?
Yes. Where we reach and how we reach and how fast we reach, that is the way nowadays. So space science is evolving much faster than any other science.
So like talking about the space thing, do you think the way Elon Musk is doing all this will some way benefit him, or is it on a bad side?
Yeah, if you say Elon Musk is like, I think he's a genius, and he's whatever he's doing, he's very calculative, right? And as far as space science is concerned and his SpaceX program is concerned, I think that will take society to a different level. It is true, he will be benefited by that, but I think if someone is getting benefit out of something, but at the same time society is getting something out of it, so it is okay. So for me,
That Mars colonization and all, like
that is not easy,
yeah.
that looks very good on paper, but I don't think practically that is easy to colonize moon or Mars, because at the same time, for me, it is very important to feed people who are hardly getting a day meal, rather than getting into Mars and having a colony over there.
So like too much space talk, right? I'm not that good at physics. So as you are also managing any side hustle with your job, in like the school job, and any side hustle to that?
No, not really. It's because I have a young child, so I'm trying my level best to give more time to her, so that like there should not be a void in child's life. Okay, my parents are working only; they are not for me. And these days it is very important to help the kid. You know, they should have enough affection in a family to grow in a natural way. Okay, because loneliness is killing to everybody, right? So I don't want to have that kind of future of my child.
Like now, everyone is depressed.
Yeah, so it is very important to help each other, right? Some way or other, I may feel down, or some way or other, someone else in my family feel down, right? So we should, or we must, I will say, help each other, so that negative vibration or negative thought will not creep your brain. Yes.
That's great. Were you doing anything like before that? Any freelance stuff or in development?
Yeah, I do. I used to do in freelancing, maybe private classes, or writing notes for different small organizations. Like let us suppose that they have 4 or 5 children who cannot pay actually, and I used to help them through my work, like handwritten notes or like PPTs, so that they can read by themselves, or a note, or through a small video or small audio clip that can help them to understand a basic topic or something. Okay, I used to do that. At present, it isn't minimized due to my health issue and all. Otherwise, I was doing that.
So how much years you have been in the education field?
Education field, it became 14 years just after my post-graduation. I think on the next day of my post-graduation, like I can tell you, like in 2006, the exam over around July last week, and I joined a job with a payment of 250 per hour in the first week of August of the same year. So it is just like 7 or 8 days gap of my last exam and my first regular job, I can say. That is hardly 7 or 8 days. So it became 2006 onwards, I'm into this teaching job.
And especially like schools, how much?
School is around, it became 10 years almost, nearly, not exact 10 years, nearly 10 years.
Can we talk about good experience of you in the last 10 years?
Yeah, a lot are there. You know, it is very important that when the children do better through your help, that's the biggest thing. Okay, and that is actually when you see someone who is achieving certain level of success in his or her own life, and you are associated with him or her in the early days, or during the days when he or she was struggling. Okay, so that is actually satisfying. Many of my students are working in MNCs, and few are medicine practitioners. So this is satisfying. So actually there is a moment to cherish when someone calls, "Okay, sir, I was doing this, and you have helped me in this way." That was actually it is just like a reward. Okay, actually I have achieved this kind of thing.
So like 10 years, you may have come across students who had got good marks, and someone who may have failed, or maybe like not to that level. You see any comparison that they are doing good and these one who had got good marks are not doing that good, or like any scenario like that, or
no,
something like that?
If you say in a life, you know, I don't think that mark matters. You know, someone is scoring 95% and someone is scoring 65%, but after 10 years of the intermediate education, someone get in. It is true, if someone having that vision ki I will do this, so he or she has achieved that one. But at the same time, someone is scoring low in his or her intermediate stage, that doesn't mean that person will not do good in life. I don't think there is a correlation between the grade and life skill and what you will do in life. Some are very moderate level scorer and still they do a lot of good in their life after graduation or something. So I don't think there is much difference in that. Only difference is that there are few things like peer pressure, maybe family pressure, maybe like the person himself or herself is thinking I have to do this. Now these are different situations where one is in. That's why the person is doing something. Okay, let us suppose someone is scoring very nicely, getting into medical school. After graduation, he or she is now now practicing. The person is X. Now someone is scoring very low, but after graduation, he or she is doing something from his life. So for me, grade is not important. It is very important that you must have a vision or you must have a goal in life to do or to achieve something. Something that doesn't mean to be an engineer, something not mean to be a doctor. Something means what I want. That is important. So I think whatever people associate with me, directly or indirectly, they are doing good in their life.
Like right now, I would say current scenario is like I see a lot of 12+ students also earning in lakhs and doing really great, right?
Yes.
You go to cities like Bangalore, there are a lot of dropouts, and the way they are managing their startup is more better than I would say from a tier 1 college or someone like that. What you give as a life skill to your students in like other than teaching, right?
Yeah, most important for me, like what I share with the student, it is not always necessary to a 90+% scorer, right? But at the same time, you must have a goal in your mind. What you want to be. It is that, like that you said, people are dropping out from the normal education, they are doing good.
Yeah.
How it is possible? Because those people have already something in their mind. I want to do this or I want to do that. So once that everybody gets some chance in their lifelong, right? So once someone get a chance and he or she grab it in a proper way, right? Now the different path will come. In that way, being a dropout from a school, that doesn't matter. But at the same time, you must have a goal and you must have a plan to work on it. That's matter. So that's why it is not necessary to be very good in classroom. But at the same time, it is necessary to be good with yourself. And you should know what you are and you should know what you want to be. It is just like that. So score, grade, that doesn't matter at all.
Like this dropout culture actually escalated after some of them did, but a lot of people who actually drop out don't have a plan. That's they feel.
Yes, true.
Exactly. Now, like that was a very great about that life skill thing. What's your way of living life, the life mantra?
I live my life to the fullest. Whatever I do my own. Let us suppose that I have a thought in my mind and I want to do it. I do whatever circumstances come to me. It may be painful to me. And remember that if you like to achieve something, you have to take something for granted and something you have to work on it. Let us suppose during that course of time, you may feel bad, you may feel good, okay, you may feel down. That doesn't matter, right? So you have to like that. No pain, no gain. It is just that kind of thing. So you have to give something to achieve something. I don't think without sacrifice you can be like something without doing anything. So believe on yourself, go as you like, and most importantly, be yourself. Rather than wearing someone else's shoes, it is better to wear your own shoes and walk out, right? So for me, life is like very fine, very nice if you like to be yourself rather than someone else.
So do you believe in destiny's thing and all?
No, sorry, that destiny word, I'm little skeptical about that. People used to say whatever written in for you, it will be like that. So for me, it is not like that. What I am doing, it must have a consequence. So consequence is for that consequence is destiny for me. That means if I am doing something, if I am cooking, then I will get a food, right? So it is just like that. Without cooking, I am not going to get food, and my plate is not full now, right? So for me, my consequence is my destiny. Whatever I am doing, there must be a consequence for that, as nature suggests. So it is just like that. No, that destiny word, I'm not that believer of it.
So, do you believe in that doing the right thing at the right time, or you have no, we have other time as well to do that same thing?
It might be, but right time, right work, wrong time, right work, that is very tough to decide. What is your right time, right? So I don't know when the right time comes. So you should do whatever you like to, or whatever you wish to. Let the time will help you to achieve that.
It's like kuch na kuch to kar hi lenge somewhere.
Yeah, it is just like that. Just like that. It is not necessary to be an achiever every time, right? You cannot find 130 crore population in India will be a billionaire in a single day, right? And that's not possible at all, right? So go with the time, go with the flow. I can say that is the better way to put it. So if something given to you, it's for a reason. So try to make best out of it. Okay? So it is just like that. Rather than complaining, rather than criticizing, do your best. That's all.
So you believe in that everything happens for a reason.
Yes. That will be much approachable into it.
And doing the best out of it, like the
Yeah.
failures and success.
Yes.
Okay, great. So have you been any failure like that, and you think it happened at the right time, that's why I'm doing good? And right?
Yeah, many times. I can say I have failed so many times that very few of my friends has been into it. So I've failed many times and rejected many times by some way or other, right? So from the beginning, it is very clear for me. I'll be into teaching and research. So research could not happen in a proper way. That scientific research I wish to be, that couldn't happen for something, or due to some of my fault, I can say. But teaching is one part that I always love to. So I can say my passion and profession are same in that way. And it happened, or I can say like that, is for last 16-17 years I'm enjoying that.
So you're a physics teacher. Why is it so hard to find a good physics teacher? Because that's what I think.
No, it is. There is nothing like good teacher or bad teacher. For me, few students able to gel with a person very, very nicely. Children used to go to those where they will get affection and the space, right? It is humankind, or it is human nature. Where you will get our space, we will go to that. Why mother is always that divine figure? Because she understands us very well. Very similarly, every human being, even a student, always expect that the teacher will understand my viewpoint also, right? So in India, very tough to find that. That's why we use the word good teacher or bad teacher. There is nothing like good and bad teacher. Some people able to gel with their students very easily, and some people cannot. So it is just like that. So that might be the reason.
And talking about the only subject part, right? A lot of teachers are not that great at delivering the content, to be honest.
It is, for me, it is like issue in their own learning. If you didn't learn by yourself, how it is possible to explain the same thing to someone else? If I don't know what is X, so how I'll explain that same X to someone else? So it is just like that. It is a learning issue.
Right. What has been your most favorite part from your physics field, which you love teaching, to be honest?
Honestly, nothing in intermediate stage. I'm doing that, but I love to teach quantum mechanics as a subject. And honestly, I am not so good in that subject also. At the same time, I love to learn, earn, and teach.
So a lot of viewers are watching this. Sir was also my teacher back in 2022. Sir is great at giving TEDx classes.
Thank you.
So how do you get a lot of topics to talk about? Yeah,
I read a lot.
yeah. It does help, right?
Yes, that is my source of teaching is learning only. So whatever I read many books and love to read newspaper every day. There's another source of information and all, and that's why I able to share some views of mine to my student. People will able to digest it or accept it and do it on that way, and some people don't like. So that's their choice, or it's a matter of choice whether you accept my views or not. It is very personal to me, right? If you accept it and you able to work on it and you agree on that's I'm fortunate that you are with me. It's just like that.
So like students actually like that, right? We have
Yeah, true. Actually, it able to connect with them. That is these days, all students are not coming to school to learn physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics, right? Few are for the degree, and at the same time, they wish to explore new thing in life, right? So you have to connect with them. It is not necessary that you force someone to sit here and read, right? Whatever I'm telling you, have to read. Nowadays, it is not like that.
scenarios change a lot after YouTube revolution.
Yeah, like now everyone is a teacher, right? A class 6 student able to explain a lot of things, starting from the finance to day before yesterday I check out Instagram page. A class 7 student is explaining why stock has fallen down and why stock is going up. So it's very different now.
Right now what I see is college student as a new physics teacher or a chemistry teacher, and same way goes with some kid on YouTube is like 17 or 18 years, like 16 or 15 years old, and he's teaching from HC Verma in Erodo. So scenario some way changing.
However, what is your take on actual form of education? You have been into school for the last 12 years, right?
It's changing like every 1 year, right? What I feel is basically after COVID, things have changed a lot, man.
True.
Right?
True.
The students are more on to कि और नहीं पढ़ना है बाहर, हम online ही पढ़ लेंगे, घर में रह लेंगे, and because of that, a lot of students have actually started the new term is procrastination, right? Talking about the change scenario, a lot of students have actually started more onto coding, which I have seen. 14, 13 years old kids are now making apps, they are making websites. And some way education is also evolving because NEP has been launched and things are being amended every year. They are implementing things, the new board thing that from next year a lot of things will change, MCQs, वगैरह. Things are going on a good way, but still we are on to that rote learning and getting good marks. So I would say it's like that.
Yeah, it is true. Somehow it is correct. Till the point the society is very centered on particular professions.
Yeah,
right.
Engineering, doctor.
I'll not, rather than name the profession, rather I'll put into money perspective, right? Profession X will put you more money into your pocket. Profession Y will put you less money. So let's go for X, right? That's the problem in that, and gradually it will change. It will take time, because in our country it is very important to have a full plate of meal, right? So that's the way.
Income has become a status.
Yes, that's true.
So a lot of students after their graduation they are more on to government job karna hai, not on to doing IMNC stuff. So why is it so ki everyone is running behind government job apart from stability? Because everyone says ki government job mein hi sabse zyada stability hai, but if AI is doing something, I guess things are going to change, right? A lot of things are going to be automated, be it DTP, be it the clerical jobs, and a lot of record stuff, right?
Yeah, it is true. AI is evolving very fast and people are accepting in a different way. But I don't think it will kill all the jobs. Few may be. Because when a company able to do a job by paying 5 rupee, why the same company will pay 500 rupee, right? Now, if we come to public sector job and private sector job, there is no much difference these days, I believe. It is true. To get a public sector job, you have to strive at a different level because system is very different. And private sector job is somehow easy to get because large number of companies are working. Now, for me, whatever you are getting, you should go for it. It is not public or private. Because it is very important to learn, and during the learning you earn, right? So learn from your peer, learn from your co-worker and colleague like that. And it is not necessary to be in public sector job. It is true, public sector job gives some kind of confidence, only because for last 2-3 generations, all the families are in public sector. Because every parents think that public sector job is a secure job. Now you imagine the scenario, the way government is changing its stand, time will come, there will few people will be in public sector and others will be private public partnership mode, PPP mode, right? So then what will happen? You cannot say I am a public servant. At the same time, you cannot say I am a private servant.
A lot of companies are doing
Yes.
PPP. Right?
Yes. No, there is a collaboration between government and private sector. So no job is secure in a very vast way. At certain point it is, but you cannot say it is completely secure, your job and life and all.
One is like 60 pay retire.
Right.
I've seen people retiring at 35.
Yes, that is important. That means the person on that way. Firstly, secondly, he able to see what he like to. So it's open now.
So like going with what you actually like is more important, to be honest.
Yes, naturally. That passion must be. For me, it is very important to have a passion rather than only profession. Profession or a job can give you financial freedom, but passion and working on it give you that peace where you will feel energized. Okay, that's why after 7 or 8 hours of job, you play guitar in the evening. That's a great joy, right?
So you have any peer like in government jobs?
Many are there.
So do you think that they are very much peaceful in their lives, or they are?
I don't think so. They are more disturbed than me, I believe.
Then why is it so that government job gives you peace and stability, etc., etc.?
I don't think the word peace is applicable here. Financial stability somehow, but peace of mind is not there. If a person working in a bank get into the office at 9 o'clock and come out around 7 o'clock, what juice he will be having that he or she can share with his family? After working for 9 hours, that means 5 hours sleep, 9 hour office, 9, 5, 14. You are done, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that way. But it is true. So if someone can manage his time properly, then yes, true, it is possible that peace can be brought into that public sector job also. But peace is not a cake that everyone can eat, right? It has to earn. You have to be very different for yourself, right? You have to support yourself.
Percent to percent.
Yes. It all depends upon individual.
Coming back to education, do you think we are heading on to a good level after this NEP thing?
It is very tough to tell. We have a large chunk of population who are under a certain level of poverty, and they have to be into mainstream, and they have to be into a proper education way, right? And pulling them up from the situation, getting them into school is, I think, more important. And at the same time, this policy will play its role to change the scenario. Okay, but for me, it is very important to help them who are unable to go to school for different reasons. Okay, there may be anything, but helping them getting into school, getting educated, that is more important than policy for me.
I think education is going more on an affordable side or non-affordable side.
I think till now, education is costly.
Apart from the government thing.
Apart from like public run school, private run school is very tough, very costly.
And quality of education?
The quality education, in which way you explain the quality, that is important. Okay, because these days society judge a school by its result in the board, result in a national level entrance test. If some school are doing good, some school are not, and those who are doing good, they are getting a large chunk of students from the market, I can say.
So it's like the benchmark, is it?
Yes.
Is it good? You like? I think it's good, or
At a certain point it is good, but if you see at the same time, many are there who are unable to reach to a school even, right? So we need to help them, or those who are getting or earning good way in this system, they should put their hand together for them. Okay, that few policy are there by state government or central government. Still, it has not achieved its goal as like it is. Government is
midday meal thing came.
Yeah. That is that.
It's not.
Yes. Just like that.
Yeah. Okay. So we are talking about that education thing. This year, what's your view on evaluation? How was it?
Yeah, this year it is good. It is very tough to tell how the evaluation process, because that is very confidential. But one point I can say, we evolve as a organization, or I can say as a teacher, and gradually we are doing much better or much refined, so that we can minimize the level of complaint, okay, that we used to receive, or the core organization used to receive. That could be minimized. That is very important actually. It is very important to give justice to the children, right? So
any grace marks and moderation was done.
No. Actually, that is not at all at our level. So it is very tough to tell what is happening, because that is a very confidential thing, and hardly we got hands into it.
बहुत एजुकेशन हो गया इस पॉडकास्ट में. सो दिस ईयर चलो फिजिक्स पे आ जाते हैं फिर. व्हाट्स योर व्यू ऑन द रीसेंट नोबेल प्राइज विनिंग टॉपिक, राइट? Give some information.
Yeah. Actually, I have very less knowledge on that. If I'm into, although I have gone through few of the articles, it is called quantum entanglement. What does it mean? I can say like this. Let's suppose you are explaining to layman, right? You flip two coins. Both the coins, the outcome of both the coins are co-joined. I can say like this. Let us suppose you flip one coin over here, another coin over here. The event that is happening, or whatever happening in the first coin, the same event can be connected to the other one. Okay, that is what is the mean to be. Let us suppose something is happening in Delhi, have some co-joined event happening very similarly in New York. Okay, that is what is the connection that they are putting. They are putting a thought that there is a connection between these few events. Whenever you change the course of action of one event, automatically the co-joined event is changing by its own course. That is what it is.
Is it more similar to butterfly effect?
Not so. But this recent theory has to be understood in a proper way, I believe, and more deeper into it, related to quantum phenomenon. So have to learn more into it to understand the point of the scientist and all.
Any new discoveries on black hole or something?
Yeah, recently I think that James Webb telescope has been remodernized to get more energy from sun. There has been recent discovery, okay, in the International Space Station, and commercial flight into International Space Station has been started. Okay, the person, one is Arabian man, went to ISS through SpaceX actually. Okay, they have money, so they can go there to have it. Like,
so are you watching some podcasts nowadays, like or was like, because this was my podcast after a year, and I know I've done a lot of mistakes here, and this was your first podcast, right?
Yes, this is my point.
What's your view on this podcast culture? Did you like it?
Yes, I do. I listen to a lot actually. Majority are into physics, then like self-development, and what else we can achieve under a tough situation or something like that. More into, I can say, more into teaching and learning, and more into self-development. These are my 3 topics that I used to listen. Beyond this, and if some interesting speaker I got through while juggle around different podcasts, and used to go for that.
What are your favorite podcast?
No, it is not. There is
The Joe Rogan or something?
Sorry?
Joe Rogan, the experiment.
Yes, I heard, but no, I don't have any person who is very favorite in terms of podcast and all.
Okay, so I just came to like remember one thing. You actually told 2021 that you will start your own podcast. Why did it happen?
No, actually, till now it like I could not because I think in order to start a podcast, I love to start of my own, basically into teaching and learning and related to physics. But till now, I could not make up my mind in a proper way, or I must have proper thing to share with the common audience. So that is my issue. I could not start that. Although it is back of mind, I have something. So I'll work on that and get into.
Same issue is our also, so we are not getting it. So I think we can end this over here. So how was your experience doing your first podcast?
Yeah, this is nice.
Did you do any mistake?
Maybe, but I could not figure out that I've done any mistake over here. I'm good at it, I think.
Okay. So thank you, sir, for coming on the Astrix Show. And how was the drink?
Yeah, it was nice. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.